Hello guys, this is Junak and today I'm going to talk about this REST client that it's an extension that I've found on VS Code, and I've really found it fascinating considering that it's a great alternative for Postman. Yeah, Postman is an like those of you who doesn't know, Postman is basically shouldn't be watching this video. I don't know, or maybe if you want to, you can enjoy the show. So what Postman is basically, it's an like API testing tool which allows us to test out our APIs, and it does a lot of other things. And REST client is basically quite similar to that, but it has its own perks. So you need to go to, if you're using VS Code as a code editor, you need to go to this extension icon. You have to select this extension icon and then search the REST client thing here and go to this exact select this exact tab and then install it here. I've already installed it, so it's showing me the disable or install that, so I'll be doing that. So after installing that, you guys really need to go to your, yeah, so now let's go back to our project. So here's a project setup of mine. It's basically an authentication thing going on, sign in API, sign up API, and those sort of things. So why we should be using REST client and not Postman? Like, this should be an argument, right? Because Postman is really popular out there, and yeah, REST client is gaining its popularity, but not as much as Postman, right? So why I'm just randomly trying to recommend all of you to use REST client. So here's the thing. I'll be pointing out two things here. So the first thing for me is basically whenever I'm writing up my codes, I really don't want to switch my window, you know. Like, I really want to be on my code editor whenever I'm writing up my code, and I don't want to go to Postman for testing up my API. And Postman is like, open up Postman and like, then yeah, write up the API URL, select the methods, and do up the body thing, setting up the headers, and then send it and then test it. It's a bit annoying for me, and another thing, that is point number one, and now I'll be telling you the point number two. The point number two is basically whenever I'm writing up, I suppose I made up a multiple API URLs for my project, and after 6 months, I'll be just for I'll be honest with you guys. I'll just forget that whatever the heck I made. I won't be remembering my API URLs or like the body parameters I had to send to if it's a post method. So considering all of those points, yeah, I know Postman can save those API URLs as collection, but before doing that, I have to set up my Postman account, and that's another hassle. So let's just go to REST client, and let's just see how REST client does this. So I just made this API tester folder because it's basically my API testing folder, because I'll be testing my APIs, and I made this file, and this file has this .rest extension with this. I you know so you really have to write up this .rest thing, and then yeah, this is my sign .rest. So on the sign .rest, you guys, I guess, already guessed it. You have to write up the first, right? You have to write the post method and then write your URL, what the API URL, obviously. And if the API, like for sign in, it's a post method, right? And then you just have to write the content type application slash JSON, and then the body thing. You can then send a request, and as you can see that it's giving me this response that Postman used to give me here, which is here, that, and this thing is actually giving me the response. And yeah, so, and I really don't it's meeting up both of my uh, expectations that I had. Like, The first one being that I don't have to, like, switch my windows to test my APIs, and the second thing is I can really save those files here, and I can really keep this API tester folder with my project directory, and whenever I'll be coming back to my project, like, maybe after 1 year or 6 months, I will just see this API tester folder, and I know if I go into the sign in rest, I know what exactly is my, you know, what exactly is my sign in, what was my sign in API URL, and what it is, what it takes as the body params, right? So yeah, that was about it. And one more thing, I decided that I'll be making videos on every Friday. Today's Friday, by the way, like about anything and everything that I've found fascinating over the whole week. That way I'll be just sharing my stuff with the YouTube. I don't know, because I guess nobody's going to watch my videos. Or probably someone. Okay, guys, take care of yourself and have a great weekend. Bye.